Hey, what's happening? Tom Beal here. Saturday, September 25th, 6:17 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm just coming on here to share a brief story and also ask you exactly what that question was leading up to this. How are you? Are you happy? That second question changed the trajectory of my life because I answered it honestly. I will share this story briefly, and I truly would like to hear how are you? Are you happy? What questions would you have for me? I'm a very well paid slash compensated coach to super successful people who ask me lots of questions personally and professionally. Here's an opportunity to ask me any questions that's on your mind. Personal and professional, nothing's off the table. Now to the story. So I was working at a factory, Ultrafab, in Farmington, New York, working the 3 to 11 p.m. shift. And for anyone who's ever done that, it's an interesting scenario. I reflect back 20 plus years ago, and I thought, wow, that'd give me some time to do things in the morning before work. And really, what happened was I was working and sleeping. So get home after 11 p.m. and you can't go to sleep right away. It takes hours to go to sleep. So go to sleep in the middle of the night and end up waking up pretty much just in time to go back to work, especially when I would work doubles on occasion. So I would work the 3 to 11 shift and then also the 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift on many occasions. And then obviously, very little sleep before I'm back in at 11 or 3 p.m., whatever the heck it is. I get confused. So I'm working at the factory and I'm not a factory person. I got earplugs in, I'm running three machines, not talking to anybody, loud machines running, and I'm doing well because everything I do, I put my best effort into it. But I just was unfulfilled. So I got a part time job at Eastview Mall and was working at Merry Go Round, a hip hop clothing store. And what year was this? Must have been 92, around 1992. So working at the Merry Go Round clothing store at Eastview Mall on the weekends and UltraFab during the week. So fast forward, there's a Marine Corps recruiter who comes by Eastview Mall and asks me that second question that I posed here in the text. Getting chatting with him briefly, and then he said, "Are you happy?" And for those who knew me back then, regardless of the circumstances, I've considered myself a happy person. However, I didn't want to give him the trite answer of yes, I'm happy. I I thought for a second when he asked. I said, you know what? Not really. Not really. I honestly answered that question versus the standard, yep, happy, all is well. And he asked a further question. He said, did you play any sports in high school? I said, yeah, I wrestled in high school. He said, were you good at it? I said, yeah, pretty darn good. He said, how would you like, or he said, do you like to travel the world? I said, would love to travel the world. He said, how would you like to travel the world wrestling for the Marine Corps? I'm smiling now because I realize how much of a load of crap that was at the time. But you have to put yourself in their shoes. The recruiters are looking to make the sale. His goal was to get me into the Marine Corps, and he succeeded by asking a few questions. Are you happy? Did you play any sports in high school? Were you good at it? Do you like to travel the world? How would you like to travel the world wrestling for the Marine Corps? So in my mind, I was like sold, hook, line, and sinker. He entered the conversation in my mind very quickly, and I wanted what he was talking about. I later came to find out the difficulty, the level of difficulty to make that a reality is just off the charts. I mean, it's like making the Olympic team, almost. So, anyhow, within a few weeks from that conversation, I contemplated the path my life was on. And fortunately, I had someone ask me in UltraFab a question as well a couple weeks prior. And he said, first of all, he said, you don't belong here. And I took it personally. I meant, like, what do you mean? I'm doing my best. No, you're good at what you do, but you're too good to end up here 20 years from now. And he said, I see myself in you 20 years ago. He said, I was young, I didn't have an apartment yet. I didn't have the new car yet, didn't have, a girlfriend, wife, baby yet. And he said, what happened to me was I got the apartment, got a car, got a girlfriend, got the girlfriend pregnant, and here we are 20 years later. He said, do you want to be here 20 years later? I had never thought that question, never pondered it for a second. It was just a day by day job. And in my mind, I was like, wow, man, no, I think I want more from life. And that's what led to the part-time job at Eastview Mall. And that's what led to that conversation from the Marine Corps recruiter. Long story short, within a few weeks of that conversation with the Marine Corps recruiter, I quit the factory job. I quit the clothing job. And I loaded early January, like January 3rd, January 4th, onto a plane to head to Parris Island, South Carolina to begin Marine Corps boot camp. January 5th, 1993. Graduated April 2nd, 1993 as the honor man from platoon 3028. And had I not done that, there's a very good chance I would be still at that factory. And by the way, I'm not saying that anyone who's there is not leading a fulfilling life. But for me, I just knew there was more. And it began by answering that first question. Well, multiple questions, yes, but that question that I posed here. How are you? Are you happy? On a scale of 0 to 5, what would you rate your happiness? That's something only you know. Do that. Rate yourself on a scale of 0 to 5. And ask yourself, do you want to be in this same scenario 20 years from now? Or would you recognize the quote that says, if nothing changes, nothing changes? If you keep doing the same things, you're going to keep getting the same results. So I wanted to share this brief story with hopes that it may have you ask some questions that I asked myself 20 plus years ago. Coming up on 30 years. Right? Holy crap, 93? In a year or so, it's going to be 30 years. So think about that. If you keep doing the same things, you're going to keep getting the same results. If nothing changes, nothing changes. Think about that. What are some things you could change to improve your health, to improve your key relationships, to improve your financial situation? I hope you enjoy the insights that I share. There's going to be many more coming. I have a lot of cool things in place that will change the trajectory of many lives, possibly yours. For more insights prior to all the amazing things coming, you can go to my podcast, MakeTodayGreat.com. MakeTodayGreat.com. And yes, Make Today Great is my philosophy, is my mantra. And I help my high-level clients do just that, to improve their personal lives, to improve their professional lives, and results in both of those areas. So at MakeTodayGreat.com, you'll find some cool insights through the podcast. And my hope is it helps you ask those questions, think about it, ponder it, discern it, and take actions that are different to tap into what you're truly capable of. It's time for me to show myself what I'm truly capable of. And in turn, that will show my friends, my family, the world, and you what I'm truly capable of. And I want the same for you. Now is the time to show yourself what you're truly capable of. And it's an exciting time to be alive. It's a little odd, a little crazy, but I'm a little odd and a little crazy, and I think you are too if you're here watching this. Wouldn't have it any other way. We can and we will make today great. Go to MakeTodayGreat.com. I hope this was helpful, and talk with you soon. Bye for now.